Situationship can be one of the most frustrating experience to never know how this relationship is going to turn out or if this person is going to commit to you, and the push and pull dynamics can make you feel bad about yourself. But what if I told you that there is psychology that supports the idea that situationship can be taken all the way to commitment? But for that, you need to understand how our subconscious mind works. And if you follow the instructions, you will be able to turn this situationship into a full blown commitment. Now, before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It supports us, it motivates us. And before we can even dive into understanding what are the steps that you need to start taking, we need to understand the subconscious law of attraction. Now, a lot of you might have heard about law of attraction, but you need to understand law of attraction is based upon our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind works on the principles of law of attraction. That's how law of attraction was uncovered in the first place and how people started preaching law of attraction. So we need to understand few aspects of our subconscious mind to understand how law of attraction actually works at a subconscious level. Now, the first thing you need to understand about our subconscious mind is whatever emotion that we are familiar with is what our subconscious mind will keep attracting into our reality, or it will attract us toward the reality where we can experience that emotion more and more. Now, to put it in simple words, I want you to think of your favorite food. Now, this food might be something that you ate as a child. You developed a taste for that. Now, observe this. Anytime you go somewhere, there might be hundreds of food items around, but your subconscious mind will take your attention towards the food that is your favorite. Does that mean that's the only food that exists in your reality? No, but that shows that whatever you're familiar with, your subconscious mind will take your focus on those aspects of reality. It will attract those experiences more and more into your reality, and you will subconsciously choose things that you are really familiar with, such as your favorite food item. The second thing that we need to understand is our emotions are our neurological state, and our neurological state determines the outcome in any given situation. Now, for example, let's talk about public speaking. Let's suppose you are really confident at public speaking. That's something that you got really familiar with between the ages of 1 to 9 when you were a child, and you became really confident with public speaking. Anytime there is a public speaking event or a moment and you step on for public speaking, you will observe all the people will admire the way you speak so confidently in public. So that means that your neurological state determines the outcome. Since you are so confident with public speaking and you are so familiar with that kind of feeling, no matter where you do public speaking, the outcome will always be that people will admire your confidence. So that is because your neurological state decides the outcome of any given situation. Now, the third point that I want to talk about is a lot of our emotional blockages are due to our childhood experiences. Since a lot of the qualities that we develop as an adult is a byproduct of our experiences in our childhood, the blockages are also something that are planted inside our subconscious mind between the ages of 1 to 9, because within those ages, your subconscious mind is developing. Whatever it gets familiar with is what it will keep attracting into your reality. So that means if there was any kind of emotional blockage that was planted inside your subconscious mind between the ages of 1 to 9 is also something that you will consistently attract into your reality. Now, the fourth point that I want you guys to understand is any neurological state that you can feel for prolonged period of time will begin taking physical manifestation. Let's go back to the example of public speaking. Since you have been feeling that neurological state for prolonged period of time, you will consistently keep attracting places, situation, and people who will admire your public speaking skills. Now, these 4 points are really crucial for you guys to understand, because now I'm going to introduce the steps that you need to start taking to change your situationship into a full-blown commitment. Now, there are 5 steps that I'm going to introduce for you guys, and you can start doing all these 5 steps from today. And if you start practicing these, I can promise you, you will see visible results in your reality. But all you need to do is just focus on these 5 steps. Now, the first thing is stop chasing this situationship, because if you keep chasing this situationship, you will further ruin the dynamics between you and your SP, and there will be no chance of recovery. But also the fact, the more you get engaged in this dynamic, your subconscious mind is becoming familiar with these dynamics. And remember, whatever you get familiar with is what your subconscious mind will consistently attract into your reality. So the more you engage with the situationship, the more you are training your subconscious mind to be in these dynamics. So you need to stop chasing this situationship, and that in itself is the first step. Now, step number 2 is identify the objective. What are you trying to achieve? Like in this case, we're trying to achieve a full blown commitment. So that means that is the neurological state that you need to develop inside your subconscious mind, so that you can become so familiar with that and your subconscious mind can attract more commitment into your reality. So in this step, what we're trying to achieve is to identify the neurological state so that we can build up familiarity with that neurological state. And by feeling that neurological state for prolonged period of time, we can attract that into our reality. So what we need to do is to feel that feeling of commitment, to feel that we are worthy enough for commitment. And if we can hold on to that neurological state, we can attract that into our reality flawlessly. Now, step number 3 is identify the emotional resistance. Now, in this step, I want you to identify what kind of current emotional resistance do you have that is stopping you from achieving a full-blown commitment. What is your current feeling that you feel is not in alignment with attracting commitment? It can be fear of rejection. It can be fear of abandonment. What is the emotional resistance? Now, I want you to focus on this emotional resistance. This is the blockage that we need to remove. Now, if you have been watching my channel, in my previous video, I have explained a client's case where she was able to get out of a situationship. And I have also given a very great hypnosis that you guys can go and check it out. And that hypnosis will completely remove the emotional resistance that you have inside your subconscious mind. I'll leave a link in the description and in the pinned comment. Go and check it out. That method will completely transform your life. For those of you who would be interested in working with me on this particular step, because that's exactly what I do in my 15 days instant healing program, where I get inside your subconscious mind, help you identify the father wound and the mother wound and remove those blockages. And once we remove those blockages, the results are quite instant. You will be able to attract the reality that you truly desire, the relationship that you truly desire. But the most important aspect of my program is I also teach you how you can do instant healing hypnosis on your own, so that you can get inside your subconscious mind and remove any kind of blockage in less than 2 to 3 minutes. And as a bonus, I also teach you conversational hypnosis, because that completely changes your relationship dynamic and it makes you attract your partner in less than a minute of casual conversation. Now, if that is something you would be really interested in, you can sign up for a free mini therapy session with me. Now, in this session, I will assess your subconscious mind map, your pattern, and if I can promise you the results, and only if I can promise you the results, I will allow you to enroll into my program. However, if I feel like I cannot promise you the results, I might refuse you, because my program comes with a money back guarantee. That means you either get the results or you get your money back. Step number 4 is, once you have identified your emotional resistance, I want you to locate the point of origin. Now, if you remember, all our emotional blockages are mostly located in our childhood between the ages of 1 to 9. So once you have identified your emotional resistance, you can go and work with a therapist to understand when was the first time you developed this emotional blockage. Now, this might be due to your relationship with your parents. One of your parents might not be that expressive in relationship. You might have to work really hard or perform really well to get their attention and affection. That is one of the biggest contributing factor that you keep attracting relationship where your partner might not commit to you, and you end up in situationship. So identify the root cause of your emotional resistance and resolve that. The moment you resolve that, your entire reality will shift. Now, step number 5 is, once you have removed the emotional resistance, you have to hold on to that positive neurological state, the objective that you have, that is that commitment. I want you to hold on to that neurological state for prolonged period of time, that self-worth, that self-value, that self-respect. I want you to hold on to all of that for prolonged period of time. That means you need to consistently feel that you are worthy, that you are lovable, that people can easily commit to you because you are committed to yourself. And the more you can hold on to that neurological state, the more you will see the physical manifestation of that neurological state. It is that simple, guys. And I have seen a lot of my clients achieve this flawlessly because the moment you remove the emotional resistance from your subconscious mind, which is ideally always located between the ages of 1 to 9, you will be able to attract the reality that you truly desire. And I hope that this video gives you a glimpse of how powerful your subconscious mind is and how simple it is to be happy in relationship. Now, for those of you who would like to try the method that I introduced to my client, you can check out my previous video and you will understand how powerful your subconscious mind is. I'll see you guys in the next video. Up until then, stay happy, stay blessed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and leave a lovely comment to show some love. Bye bye.